Indian Pale Ale Day and National IPA Day are celebrated on the first Thursday of August and is a day dedicated to appreciating and enjoying India Pale Ale beers. IPAs are a popular style of beer known for their strong hop flavor and higher alcohol content. A long time ago, as the British Empire expanded, there was a demand for beer in overseas colonies, including India. To withstand the long journey to India, brewers increased the hop content and alcohol level in their pale ales, as both hops and alcohol are natural preservatives. These beers were known as October Ales before being rebranded as India Pale Ales. IPAs gained popularity not only in India, but also in England and other parts of the British Empire. In the 20th century, with the advent of refrigeration and pasteurization, the need for heavily hopped beers diminished, and the popularity of IPAs waned in favor of milder beers like lagers. The craft beer movement of the late 20th and early 21st centuries led to a revival, particularly in the United States. Ice Cream Sandwich Day is celebrated annually on August 2nd. This delightful day is dedicated to enjoying and appreciating the simple yet irresistible combination of ice cream sandwiched between two cookies or wafers. In 1899, a New York pushcart vendor was reported to be selling ice cream slabs between two thin graham wafers for a penny each. Jerry Newberg is often credited with popularizing the modern ice cream sandwich. In 1945, he began selling them at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Newberg's version featured vanilla ice cream between two rectangular chocolate cookies, which became the standard form of the ice cream sandwich that many people recognize today. The 1950s and the 1960s, companies began to produce them on a large scale, making them widely available in grocery stores and ice cream trucks. Ice cream shops, bakeries, and food trucks started offering innovative and upscale versions of the classic treat using high-quality ingredients and creative flavor combinations. Grab your pail and your shovel. Sandcastle Day on August 3rd is a delightful celebration dedicated to the art and joy of building sandcastles. This day encourages people of all ages to head to the beach, get creative with sand, and construct impressive sand structures. There are numerous sand sculpting festivals held around the world, such as the annual U.S. Sand Sculpting Challenge that's in San Diego, California, and the FISA International Sand Sculptor Festival in Portugal. The tallest sandcastle ever built to date was constructed in 2019 in Binz, Germany, and measured over 57 feet high. Quality of the sand is crucial for building sandcastles. Fine-grained sand with a high clay content is ideal because it holds together well when wet, allowing for more intricate designs. Get off your MySpace and your Instagram crackers. Get out there to the beach and build yourself a sandcastle. I've built 10 already, slackers. We saw the celebration for Psychic Day coming a long time ago. One of the oldest cons in history is the psychic
square.
Good guess, but wrong.
You would think if someone was truly psychic, they would be able to know what's coming in worldly events. I know a lot of people believe in this mumbo-jumbo, and some people just have fun with it. Then there's assholes like me who think it's just silly. Anyways, regardless of what I think, Psychic Day is observed on August 4th each year. It's a day dedicated to celebrating and exploring psychic abilities, intuition, and the mysteries of the mind. The Egyptians believed in the power of dreams and prophecy. Priests and priestesses often acted as intermediators between the gods and people, interpreting dreams and omens. Oracles such as the Oracle of Delphi played a significant role in ancient Greece. The Pythia, or priestess of Delphi, would enter a trance and deliver prophecies believed to be inspired by the god Apollo. In ancient Rome, augurs and soothsayers were consulted for major decisions. They interpreted the will of the gods by studying the flight patterns of birds and examining the entrails of sacrificed animals. In medieval Europe, mystics and seers were often associated with the church, such as Hildegard of Bingen, who had visions she attributed to divine inspiration. However, many others accused her of witchcraft and heresy and faced persecution. The Renaissance saw a revival in interest in astrology, alchemy, and other esoteric practices. Figures like Nostradamus gained fame for their prophecies and writings on mystic subjects. These predictions are subject to interpretation. In the late 19th century, the Society for Psychic Research, the SPR, was founded in the UK to scientifically investigate paranormal phenomena. Figures such as Frederick W.H. Myers and Sir William Crookes conducted early studies of telepathy, clairvoyance, and psychokinesis. In the 20th century, the field of parapsychology emerged, focusing on the scientific study of psychic phenomena. Institutions like the Rhine Research Center at Duke University conducted experiments in extrasensory perception, ESP, and psychokinesis. Notable psychics like Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, gained fame for their purported abilities to provide medical diagnoses and predictions while in a trance state. Uri Geller became famous for his spoon-bending demonstrations, although his abilities have been a subject of controversy. Magicians have been showing how that trick has been done for years. Despite widespread interest, many scientists remain skeptical of psychic phenomena. Organizations like the Committee of Skeptical Inquiry, CSI, work to debunk paranormal claims and promote scientific skepticism. Many people around the world continue to seek guidance from psychics, mediums, and astrologers. Psychic fairs, hotlines, and online services offer a variety of ways for individuals to explore and engage with psychic practices. Couscous Day is an annual celebration on August 5th dedicated to couscous, a staple food in many North African countries such as Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya. This day honors the culture and culinary significance of couscous, a dish made from steamed semolina wheat granites. Evidence suggests that it has been a part of North African cuisine since at least the 7th century. The earliest written reference to couscous dates back to the 13th century in North African cookbooks. It was described as a common dish among the Berbers and Arabs of the region. With the expansion of the Arab Empire, couscous spread to other parts of the Middle East and Mediterranean. It became integrated into the cuisines of these regions, often adapted to local tastes and ingredients. Over time, couscous has been adopted by many other cultures around the world. It is now a common ingredient in Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and even Western cuisines, appreciated for its quick preparation and adaptability. Sailor Moon Day, celebrated on August 6th every year, recognizes one of the most popular manga and anime series in the world. Sailor Moon started as a manga called Codename Sailor V in 1991, which focused on the character Sailor Venus. The concept was expanded into a team of sailor soldiers, leading to the creation of Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon. The Sailor Moon manga debuted in Nakayashi, a monthly Soho magazine, in December 1991. It ran until 1997, spanning 52 chapters collected in 18 volumes. Due to the manga's success, Sailor Moon was quickly adapted into an anime. The first episode aired in Japan on March 7th of 1992. The anime ran for 5 seasons. That anime was a massive hit in Japan and became a global phenomenon. The celebration of Sailor Moon Day highlights the lasting impact of this series, which has inspired generations of fans with its themes of love, friendship, and the fight against evil. Purple Heart Day is observed annually on August 7th in the United States to honor the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who have been wounded or killed in combat. The Purple Heart Medal, one of the most recognized and respected military decorations, is awarded to those who have made significant sacrifices while serving their country. The Purple Heart traces its roots back to the Badge of Military Merit, established by General George Washington on August 7th of 1782 during the Revolutionary War. The Badge of Military Merit was the first American military decoration and was intended to recognize outstanding valor. The modern Purple Heart was established on February 22, 1932, the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birthday. It was retroactively awarded to eligible service members from World War I. The Purple Heart holds a place of great respect within the military and among the public, recognizing the profound costs of service, the poignant reminder of the courage and dedication of those who serve in the U.S. Armed Forces, often at great personal cost. International Cat Day, celebrated on August 8th, is a day dedicated to celebrating and appreciating cats. International Cat Care invites cat professionals and enthusiasts worldwide to join them in celebrating our feline friends. International Cat Day was created in 2002 by the International Fund for Animal Welfare, or IFAW, I guess that makes sense, IFAW? I'm not sure, and other animal rights groups to raise awareness about the need and care of cats. In 2020, custodianship of International Cat Day was passed to International Cat Care, a not-for-profit British organization that has been striving to improve the health and welfare of domestic cats worldwide since 1958. With an estimated 600 million cats worldwide, that's a lot of Friskies buffet, both owned and unowned, the theme celebrating cats invites cat advocates to come together and share their love for cats, fostering a sense of community and shared passion for championing their welfare. Veep Day, observed on August 9th, marks the anniversary of the day in 1974 when Gerald Ford was sworn in as the 38th President of the United States following the resignation of President Richard Nixon. The term Veep refers to the Vice President of the United States. Veep Day specifically commemorates August 9th of 1974 when Gerald Ford became president after Nixon's resignation due to the Watergate scandal. Ford is unique in American history because he is the only person to have served as both Vice President and President without being elected to either office by the public. Veep Day underscores the significance of the 25th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which outlines the procedures for the succession of the presidency. This amendment ensures the stability of the government during times of crisis or transition. Veep Day is also a day to acknowledge the role of the Vice President in the American government. The Vice President is not only the second in command, but also plays a crucial role in the legislation process as the President of the Senate. Garage Sale Day is celebrated annually on the second Saturday in August. The history of the garage sale, also known as a yard sale, a rummage sale, or tag sale, is rooted in the traditions of commonly based buying and selling. It dates back to the 19th century. In the 1800s, rummage sales were common. These sales were often organized by churches, charities, or community groups to raise money for various causes. In the 1800s and early 1900s, estate sales were another common way to sell goods. These sales typically occurred after someone passed away and the household's belongings were sold off, often in a public auction format. In the 1950s and the 1960s, the middle class expanded and suburban neighborhoods grew. More families acquired homes with garages, providing the perfect space for holding sales. And now here we are in the 21st century. Online platforms like Craigslist, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace introduce new ways to buy and sell used goods. Fufu is a staple dish in many Western African countries, celebrated for its cultural significance and enjoyed as a daily meal or during special occasions. Because there's a day for everything else, Fufu Day occurs annually every August 11th. Fufu is a starchy dough-like food typically made from cassava, yams, or plantains, which are boiled, pounded, and then shaped into a smooth elastic ball. It's usually eaten with the fingers, paired with various soups or stews, and is a key element of Western African cuisine. Fufu can be traced back to the Akan people of present-day Ghana in the Ivory Coast. It is believed that the Akan introduced the techniques of pounding starchy vegetables like yams and plantains to create a smooth, elastic dough. With modernization, instant fufu powders made from dehydrated yam, cassava, or plantain are now available, making it easier to prepare fufu without a labor-intense pounding process. Vinyl Record Day was founded in 2002 by Gary Freiberg, who wanted to commemorate the history of vinyl records and promote the preservation of this analog medium. He chose August 12th because it marks the anniversary of the invention of the phonograph by Thomas Edison in 1877, which was the precursor to the modern record player. In 1887, Emil Berliner introduced the gramophone, which used flat discs instead of cylinders. Berliner's discs were more practical and easier to mass-produce, leading to the eventual dominance of the disc format. These early records were made of hard rubber and later shellac. By the early 20th century, the 78 RPM records played a crucial role in the dissemination of popular music in the first half of the 20th century. Jazz, blues, and early rock and roll were popularized through these records, shaping the musical tastes of generations. The post-World War II era saw significant advancements in recording technology and materials. In 1948, Columbia Records introduced the 12-inch long-playing record, the LP, made of vinyl, a more durable and flexible material than shellac. The LP played 33.5 RPM and could hold about 20 minutes of music per side, revolutionizing the way albums were produced and consumed. RCA Victor responded to Columbia's LP with the introduction of the 7-inch 45 RPM single. These smaller records were ideal for single songs, making them popular for hit singles. The 45 RPM format became the standard for singles, while the LP became the standard for full-length albums. In the 1950s to the 1970s is often referred to as the golden age of vinyl. This era saw the explosion of rock and roll, the rise of iconic artists like Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and Bob Dylan, and the proliferation of album art as a significant aspect of music culture. Vinyl records became the primary medium for music distribution. In the 1980s, the introduction of the compact discs, the CD by Philips and Sony, marked the beginning of a new era in music consumption. CDs offered better sound quality, portability, and durability compared to vinyl records. By the late 1980s and the early 1990s, CDs had largely supplanted vinyl records in the mainstream market. As CDs and digital formats like MP3 became dominant, vinyl records saw a steep decline in sale and production. By the late 1990s, vinyl was considered a niche format, mainly favored by audiophiles, DJs, and collectors. Starting in the early 2000s, vinyl records began to make a comeback. This revival was driven by growing appreciation for the analog sound quality of vinyl, the tactile experience of handling records, and the nostalgia associated with the format. Record Store Day launched in 2008, further fueling interest in vinyl by celebrating independent record stores and offering exclusive releases. International Left-Handers Day was first observed on August 13th of 1976 by Dean R. Campbell, founder of the Left-Handers Club, an organization created to promote awareness about the challenges left-handed people face in a predominantly right-handed world. Approximately 10% of the world's population is left-handed, meaning they naturally prefer using their left hand for tasks like writing, eating, and throwing. Now, in this day and age, I'm surprised there are no marches in the street. Right-hand privilege is not fair. The right-hand oppressor always keeps the left hand down. Don't get me wrong, there's legitimate discrimination, but not everyone on the fucking planet is a victim. Handedness tends to run in families, suggesting a genetic component. Children of left-handed parents are more likely to be left-handed, but the majority of left-handed individuals do not have left-handed parents. The exact reasons for why someone becomes left-handed remain an active area of research, but it's clear that handedness is a multifaceted trait influenced by both nature and nurture. Spirit of 45 Days observed on the second weekend in August annually. This year it was observed from Friday, August 9th through Sunday, August 11th of 2024. The actual anniversary is August 14th, 1945. The term Spirit of 45 refers to the collective national mood at the end of World War II in August of 1945. This period was marked by a sense of relief, hope, and unity, and a commitment to rebuilding and improving the world after the devastation of the war. On August 2nd of 2010, the United States Congress officially designated the second Sunday in August as Spirit of 45 Day. This resolution was passed to honor the achievements and spirit of the World War II generation. Journalist Tom Brokaw released his book, The Greatest Generation, in 1998, which highlighted the contributions and the sacrifices of those who fought in the war and those who supported the war effort on the home front. This generation is often associated with values like duty, honor, resilience, and a strong work ethic. Leathercraft Day is celebrated on August 15th each year to honor the art and craft of working with leather. This day recognizes the skill of leathercraft artisans who transform leather into belts, wallets, bags, shoes, sandals, and probably many S&M products. The history of leathercraft dates back to the prehistoric times when early humans used animal hides for clothing, shelter, and tools. One of the most significant advancements in leathercraft was the development of tanning, a process that involves treating animal hide to produce durable and flexible leather. The Romans further refined tanning techniques and mass-produced leather goods for their armies, including boots, saddles, and shields. No S&M products there. The introduction of machinery in the 18th and 19th centuries allowed for the mass production of leather goods, making them more accessible to the general population. The craft continues to evolve, with new techniques and tools allowing artisans to push the boundaries of what can be achieved with leather, especially those S&M products. Oh yeah! Kool-Aid Day is an annual celebration dedicated to the iconic beverage Kool-Aid. It is observed on the second weekend of August, often coinciding with National Kool-Aid Days, a multi-day festival held in Hastings, Nebraska, where Kool-Aid was invented. Born in 1889, a chap, Edwin Perkins, had a passion for inventing and entrepreneurship from a young age. In the 1920s, he operated a mail-order business selling products like flavored syrups and medicinal remedies. One of Perkins' early products was Fruit Smack, a concentrated liquid fruit drink that came in a glass bottle. Fruit Smack was popular, but the glass bottles were expensive to produce and ship, often leading to breakage during transportation. In 1927, Perkins successfully developed a powdered version that could be mixed with water to create a flavored drink. Kool-Aid was initially available in 6 flavors: cherry, lemon, lime, grape, orange, raspberry, and strawberry. It was sold in small envelopes for just 10 cents each, making it an affordable treat during the Great Depression. Thrift Shop Day, celebrated on August 17th each year. It is a day dedicated to promoting and enjoying the benefits of shopping at thrift stores. The origins of thrift shops can be traced back to charitable organizations that were established to help the poor and marginalized in society. The concept was simple. People would donate items they no longer needed, and these secondhand items would be sold at low prices to those in need. The profits generated would then be used to fund charitable activities. The economic hardships of the Great Depression in the 1930s led to a significant increase in demand for affordable goods. Thrift shops became a vital resource for many families who could not afford to buy new clothing or household items. The counterculture movement of the 1960s and the 1970s brought about a renewed interest in thrift shopping, particularly among young people who sought alternatives to mainstream consumerism. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, thrift shopping had become not just a necessity for some, but a trendy and ethical choice for many. National Fajita Day is celebrated on August 18th each year. Fajitas typically consist of grilled meats, chicken, beef, shrimp, served with sautéed onions and bell peppers, often accompanied by tortillas, guacamole, sour cream, salsa, and other toppings. The origins of fajitas can be traced back to the late 1930s and early 1940s in the Rio Grande Valley of South Texas. Mexican ranch workers were often paid part of their wages in the form of less desirable cuts of meat, such as skirt steak. These workers would marinate the tough meat to tenderize it and then grill it over an open flame. The meat was then served with tortillas and simple accompaniments, making an early version of what we know now as the fajita. By the 1980s, fajitas had made their way onto restaurant menus across Texas, with chefs adding their own twists to the dish. The dish's popularity continued to grow throughout the 1980s and the 1990s, becoming a staple in Mexican restaurants across the United States and beyond. National Aviation Day is observed annually on August 19th in the United States. This day was established to celebrate the development of aviation and honor those who have contributed to the field. National Aviation Day was established by a presidential proclamation issued by Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1939. Roosevelt chose August 19th for the celebration because it is the birthday of Orville Wright, one of the Wright brothers who are credited with inventing and building the world's first successful powered airplane. The Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, were American aviation pioneers. Their first powered flight took place on December 17th of 1903 near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The aircraft, known as the Wright Flyer, flew for 12 seconds and covered 120 feet on its first flight, making a pivotal moment in aviation history. Orville Wright lived to see many of the developments in aviation that followed their initial breakthrough. He was alive when National Aviation Day was first proclaimed, which further solidified the significance of August 19th as a day to celebrate aviation history. National Radio Day is celebrated on August 20th each year in the United States. This day honors the invention of the radio, its impact on communication, and its role in shaping society. The history of radio is a fascinating journey that spans over a century, involving a series of scientific discoveries, technological innovations, and cultural developments. In 1964, the theoretical groundwork for radio was laid by Scottish physicists James Clerk Maxwell, who predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves. His equations, known as Maxwell's equations, described how electric and magnetic fields propagate through space and waves. 1887, German physicist Heinrich Hertz experimentally proved the existence of electromagnetic waves, which were later named Hertzian waves. Hertz's experiments demonstrated that these waves could be transmitted and received, laying the foundation for wireless communication.
If you look carefully, you can just see the spark jumping across the gap.
1895, Italian inventor Guglielmo Marconi is often credited with inventing the first practical radio communication system. In 1895, Marconi successfully transmitted radio signals over a distance of more than a mile. By 1901, he achieved the first transatlantic radio transmission, sending a signal from England to Newfoundland. Marconi's work earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1909. Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla also made significant contributions to the development of radio. In the 1890s, Tesla developed the Tesla coil, which was crucial for generating high-frequency radio waves. Tesla conducted experiments in the wireless communication, and in 1943, the U.S. Supreme Court recognized Tesla's patents as predating Marconi's. In Russia, physicist Alexander Popov independently developed a similar radio system around the same time as Marconi. In 1895, he demonstrated a device capable of detecting and transmitting radio waves, which he used to receive signals over a distance of several kilometers. Canadian inventor Reginald Fessenden is credited with making the first audio radio broadcast. On Christmas Eve of 1906, Fessenden transmitted music and speech from Brant Rock, Massachusetts to ships in the Atlantic Ocean. This event is considered the first radio broadcast of entertainment and information. American inventor Lee DeForest made significant contributions to radio technology with his invention of the audio tube, a vacuum tube that could amplify radio signals. This invention was crucial for the development of radio broadcasting, as it allowed for the transmission of clearer and stronger signals. The first commercial radio station in the United States, KDKA in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, began broadcasting on November 2nd of 1920. The station, operated by Westinghouse Electric Corporation, broadcast the results of the 1920 U.S. presidential election, marking the beginning of radio as a mass communication medium. The 1920s saw the rapid growth of radio broadcasting, with hundreds of stations emerging across the United States and Europe. This period, often referred to as the Golden Age of radio, was marked by the popularity of news programs, music, dramas, comedies, and sports broadcasts. Radio became the primary source of entertainment and information for millions of households. Major radio networks like the National Broadcasting Company, NBC, and the Columbia Broadcasting System, CBS, were established in the 1920s. These networks helped standardize programming and expand the reach of radio across the country, making it a truly national medium. During World War II, radio played a crucial role in disseminating news, propaganda, and entertainment to the public. Leaders like Franklin D. Roosevelt used radio to communicate directly with citizens, most famously through his fireside chats. Radio helped popularize new music genres, including jazz, swing, and early rock and roll, and it also played a significant role in shaping public opinion and cultural trends, influencing everything from fashion to politics. After World War II, television emerged as a new mass communication medium, gradually overshadowing radio as the primary source of entertainment. However, radio adopted by focusing more on music, talk shows, and news. In the 1930s, American engineer Edwin Howard Armstrong developed frequency modulation FM radio, which offered better sound quality and less interference than amplitude modulation AM radio. FM radio became popular in the 1960s and 1970s, particularly for music broadcasting. The advent of the internet in the 1990s and 2000s introduced new ways to listen to radio. Internet radio stations and streaming services like Pandora, Spotify, and Apple Music have expanded the reach of radio, allowing listeners to access content from around the world. Despite the rise of digital media, radio remains a vital and influential medium. It continues to provide news, music, and entertainment to millions of people worldwide. In many parts of the world, radio is still the most accessible form of communication, particularly in areas with limited internet access. National Spumoni Day is celebrated on August 21st each year in the United States. This day is dedicated to enjoying spumoni, a classic Italian dessert that combines layers of flavored ice cream, candied fruits, and nuts. Oh my god, so yummy. Classic Italian spumoni consists of 3 layers of different flavors, typically including chocolate, pistachio, and cherry. Spumoni reflects the Italian love for combining contrasting flavors and textures in desserts. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, millions of Italians immigrated to the United States, bringing their culinary traditions with them, including the delicious and delightful spumoni. Spumoni is considered the precursor to Neapolitan ice cream. U.S. Neapolitan ice cream typically consists of 3 layers of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream, without the candied fruits and nuts found in spumoni. This version was easier to mass produce and became a staple in American households. Alright, I'm just gonna skip dinner and have a big old bowl of spumoni. World Plant Milk Day is celebrated annually on August 22nd. It is a global event that highlights the benefits of plant-based milk alternatives and promotes the shift away from dairy products towards more sustainable, environmentally friendly options. Almond milk was consumed in the Middle East as far back as the 13th century. It was particularly popular in medieval Europe during fasting periods when animal products were not allowed. It is believed that soy milk was first produced during the Han Dynasty as a byproduct of tofu making. It was initially used as a medicinal beverage before becoming a common food item. In the 1940s and the 1950s, soy milk began to gain popularity in Western countries as a dairy alternative, especially among those with lactose intolerance or dairy allergies. The 21st century saw the introduction of rice milk, oat milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, hemp milk, and more. You name it, it's milk, catering to a wide range of dietary needs and preferences, and some of it ain't half bad. National Sponge Cake Day is celebrated on August 23rd each year, honoring one of the most classic and versatile cakes in the world. Sponge cake is known for its light, airy texture and is a favorite in many cultures. The earliest forms of sponge cake are thought to have been created in the 15th or 16th century. These cakes were made with simple ingredients: flour, sugar, and eggs. Sponge cake relied on whipped eggs to provide lift and structure rather than yeast or chemical leavening agents. In the 18th century, English cooks adopted the recipe and it became popular during this time, especially as part of afternoon tea, a social custom that began in Britain around this period. With the invention of baking powder in the 19th century, bakers could achieve a light and airy texture without relying solely on the manual labor of beating eggs. Today, sponge cake remains a versatile base for a wide range of desserts. It is used in layered cakes, roulades, and truffles, and is often flavored with vanilla, lemon, or chocolate. Pluto Demoted Day is observed annually on August 24th to commemorate the day in 2006 when the International Astronomical Union officially reclassified Pluto from a planet to a dwarf planet. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, astronomers noticed irregularities in the orbits of Uranus and Neptune, leading them to believe that another planet was exerting gravitational influence on them. Percival Lowell, a wealthy astronomer and founder of the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, was particularly invested in finding this mysterious Planet X. After Lowell's death in 1916, the search for Planet X continued at the Lowell Observatory. In 1930, a young astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh was assigned to use a new technique called blink comparison to examine photographic plates of the night sky. On February 18th of 1930, Tombaugh discovered a moving object that was later confirmed to be a new planet. This object was named Pluto, after the Roman god of the underworld, a name suggested by 11-year-old English girl named Venetia Burney. Kiss and Make Up Day is celebrated on August 25th each year as a day dedicated to mending relationships, resolving conflicts, and promoting forgiveness. This day encourages people to set aside their differences, apologize, and reconcile with loved ones, friends, or anyone they may have had a disagreement with. Most things aren't worth arguing about or ruining relationships over. There is someone out there in people land who I haven't seen in a long time, someone I care very much for, a relationship I ruined, a love I let slip away, a kiss I wish I could give. I wish she was here today so I could make up with her and try to make things right. If you can do it today, make things right. Put away ego, jealousy, and petty squabbles. Find it in yourself to forgive. Find it in yourself to kiss and make up. And maybe if you all kiss and make up out there, it will generate a surge of goodwill my way, and somehow, with all that love, I can get that special person back. Hey, I'm counting on you. National Dog Day is celebrated annually on August 26th to honor dogs of all breeds, sizes, and backgrounds. The day aims to raise awareness about the plight of dogs around the world, promote adoption, and celebrate the bond between humans and their canine companions. National Dog Day was founded in 2004 by Colleen Page, a pet and family lifestyle expert, animal rescue advocate, and author. Colleen established the day not only to celebrate dogs, but also to bring attention to the number of dogs in shelters and to encourage adoption. August 26th was chosen as the date for National Dog Day because it was the day Colleen's family adopted their first dog, Sheltie, when she was just 10 years old. National Dog Day celebrates dogs of all kinds, whether they are purebred or mixed breed, young or old, working dogs, or family pets. It recognizes the important roles that dogs play in our lives, from providing companionship and love to serving in roles such as therapy, assistance, search and rescue, and law enforcement. Crab Soup Day is celebrated annually on August 27th and is a day dedicated to enjoying and appreciating the flavorful and versatile dish of crab soup. Maryland crab soup, a classic American version from the Chesapeake Bay area, often featuring lump crab meat and tomato-based broth with vegetables such as corn, potatoes, and carrots. New England crab chowder, this creamy soup typically includes ingredients like potatoes, onions, celery, and sometimes corn. Crab and corn soup, combining sweet corn with crab meat in a light broth, often seasoned with herbs and spices. Thai crab soup. Thai versions of crab soup may incorporate coconut milk, lemongrass, lime leaves, and fish sauce to create a rich, aromatic soup with a balance of sweet, sour, and salty flavors. Chinese crab soup. In Chinese cuisine, crab soup can be made with a clear broth, often enhanced with ginger, garlic, and sometimes tofu or egg drop for added texture. Crab Soup Day is an opportunity to savor this seafood delicacy.
Go
Go Go Power Rangers on Power Rangers Day. It's celebrated on August 28th to honor the iconic television series, The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and its impact on pop culture. Power Rangers is based on the Japanese television series Super Sentai, created by Toei Company. Super Sentai began airing in Japan in 1975 and featured teams of superheroes who transformed into powerful warriors to fight evil. The franchise has seen numerous iterations, each with new characters and storylines. The American adaptation of Super Sentai was created by Hayao Saban and Shuki Levy. They acquired the rights to adapt the show for the US market and combined footage from the Japanese series with new American scenes featuring actors to create a unique hybrid format. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers debuted on August 28th of 1993 on Fox Kids Network. The series introduced audiences to a group of teenagers who transformed into superheroes using their morphing technology. I shit you not, someone out there decided there needed to be a day for lemon juice. National Lemon Juice Day is celebrated on August 29th each year, recognizing the versatility and benefits of lemon juice. This day encourages people to appreciate the many uses of lemon juice in cooking, health, and household tasks. Lemons are believed to have originated in the region of northeast India, northern Burma, and China. They were later introduced to the Middle East, where they became an important part of Middle Eastern cuisine and medicine. Arabs introduced them to southern Europe, particularly in Spain and Sicily during the Middle Ages. The Crusaders brought lemons back to Europe after their travels to the Middle East. The popularity of lemonade, a refreshing drink made from lemon juice, water, and sugar, dates back to medieval Egypt. The drink spread across Europe and later to the Americas, becoming a favorite summer refreshment. Why did the lemon go with the prune? Because he couldn't find a date. Slinky Day is celebrated on August 30th each year in honor of the invention of the Slinky. The toy is known for its ability to walk downstairs and its simple yet captivating spring-like movement. The Slinky was invented by Richard James in 1943. James, a naval engineer, was working on a project involving springs when he accidentally knocked one off a shelf and watched it walk down a set of stairs. James and his wife Betty began making the toys by hand, and they first introduced the Slinky to the public in 1945 at Gimbel's department store in Philadelphia. The original Slinky was made of metal, but today you can find Slinkies made from plastic as well. The toy's enduring popularity is a testament to its charming simplicity and the way it captures the imagination. When I was a kid, we used to call it the Dinky. We used to sing the song, the Dinky, oh what a wonderful toy. The Dinky, made for a girl and a boy. We were kids. The word Dinky was funny to us. It's Labor Day weekend here in the United States, and this weekend usually marks the countdown to the end of the summer and looking forward to the beginning of fall. Most kids that haven't already are returning to school next week. The Jerry Lewis Telethon used to be a big thing. It's not around anymore. It's appropriate for the first day of this long weekend to be Eat Outside Day. Why is there a day for this? I have no idea. As I've said before, I just report them. I don't make them up. Eat Outside Day is celebrated annually on August 31st and encourages people to enjoy a meal outdoors, embracing the beauty of nature and the joy of al fresco dining. Participating in Eat Outside Day can be as simple as taking your morning coffee to the porch, organizing a family picnic, or inviting friends over for a garden party. Who the hell has a garden party? What is a garden party? Just a party in a garden, I suppose. It's also a great excuse to try outdoor cooking methods like grilling or campfire cooking. Hopefully, no rain in the forecast.